To come to Wisconsin next week following his State of the Union address. We'll have those stories and more as News Watch 12 weekend starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Kyle Pozorski, Mohammed Abdul-Kawi, and Conrad Sapinski.
Welcome to News Watch 12 weekend. I'm Kyle Pozorski. We start a broadcast tonight in Land O'Lakes where the popular 3 bear dog sled races kicked off this morning. It's an event which has been going on in the Northwoods for 43 years and attracts people from all ages across the region to compete against some of the best dog mushers. However, organizer Peter Schinsen-Holtz says this year things are a little bit different.
This year there's 80 plus entrants. Years prior we've only had about 60. We've had one of the best trails we've ever had. It's really nice, good snow, and a lot of people came to race.
Nina Baum, a musher this weekend, takes pride in training her dogs for these competitions. She says being out there is a fantastic feeling for not only her, but also her dogs.
Just being out there with your dog, working as a team, seeing how all that training and all that practice comes together, and then you get to, assess that and rank that against everybody else who's doing the same thing.
Good luck, Ellen.
If you missed this event today, no need to worry. The races continue tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Land O'Lakes Town Hall. The Merrill Ice Drags made their return to Lake Alexander today for their first weekend of competition for the season. The Ice Drags is just that, drag racing on ice, and features rubber tire races as well as heats where the car's tires have nails built into them. That allows for extra traction on the ice, in turn getting higher speeds. Racing will continue next weekend, starting Saturday the 11th at noon. To access the course, you're asked to drive through Council Grounds State Park. And meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now for a first glance at the forecast. Conrad, if they're going out there, next weekend or even tomorrow, it's going to be cold like usual. It's winter, right?
Of course, Kyle, exactly right. But it's not going to be as cold as what we experienced the last couple of days. 20 below zero 2 days ago. So I was actually, that was actually yesterday morning. It was 20 below zero. I was out there throwing up boiling hot water. But look at today. Whole different story, folks. Temperatures were back in the 20s, 24 here in town. A bit warmer in Tomahawk, coming in at 26 degrees. So mid-20s all over the state today, closer to our average high this time of year. Right now, though, it's cooling off. We are in the teens, couple of 20s still popping up here. Eagle River area, Rhinelander coming in at around 20 degrees. But then there is a little pocket of colder air. Look at Tomahawk just around the corner, 14 degrees. So we do have pockets of colder air that will be in the area tonight. Mixed with a little bit of wind, feeling a bit colder out there. Not quite as cold as what we experienced 2 days ago with wind chills close to 35 below zero. We do have some cloud cover right now, a couple of flurries earlier. Tomorrow morning, we will have the same story. A couple of flurries will be in the area. Overall, though, we will be clear. Temperatures tonight will be hovering close to 15 degrees. Kyle?
Now, Wisconsin President Joe Biden is expected to visit Wisconsin this week following his State of the Union address. The president will likely tout his administration's economic plan. His itinerary includes stops in the Madison area on Wednesday, February 8th. It's part of what the White House is calling a blitz across the country by the president, Vice President Kamala Harris, and others in Biden's cabinet. Saturday Night Live is indeed live this weekend, and the host stars in 2 of the most buzzed about shows in the world of TV and streaming. Of course, we're talking about Pedro Pascal. NBC's Mark Barger has this preview.
Little Pedro Pascal from Santiago, Chile, hosting Saturday Night Live.
It's a bucket list moment for one of the hottest actors around.
Are you nervous for me?
Yeah. I'm really nervous for you. No way. I think you should have hosted when
Ages ago?
Yeah.
After my Law & Order episode?
Yes, that's exactly.
What can I do for you?
Pedro Pascal's 2011 encounter with Benson and Stabler, just a prelude to roles and pop culture hits, including Game of Thrones.
You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
The Mandalorian, and his latest, The Last of Us.
I'm not family.
No. Cargo.
How do you pick shows that are going to be giant hits?
The door opens and you're like,
no way.
You stay down, you stay low, you stay quiet.
Pascal faces post-apocalyptic terrors in The Last of Us, a phenomenon SNL was quick to seize on for this week's promos.
What are you doing, you psycho?
what do you mean? That's
Matt, our brand new cast member.
Oh, everything that takes some people a year, they do in a few hours here, which is an incredible lesson to learn.
And for an actor used to working in larger-than-life worlds, SNL offers its own miraculous realm.
It's kind of a very magical combination of tradition and newness every single week. It's amazing. This place is nuts. I like it.
Just Pedro Pascal's newest adventure. Mark Barger, NBC News.
As you saw there, Coldplay will be joining host Pedro Pascal as musical guest for this week's Saturday Night Live. That's on at the conclusion of our Newscast. When we come back, Connor will have a full forecast. Stick with us. You're watching Newswatch 12.
Your personal information gets exposed so often, it might as well be hanging in a museum. Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information and make it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. No wonder there's a new victim every 3 seconds.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name. Felt really devastating, frightened, because I had no control.
And the ways identity thieves can steal and use your information are constantly evolving.
Someone used my information to open up bank accounts in my name. It was terrifying, not knowing what was out there and what had been opened.
Watching your accounts or monitoring your credit may not be enough, but protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock, a leader in identity theft protection. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, sends you an alert.
It was a big yes or a big no button. I clicked "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you are a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you. I don't know what I would have done without my restoration specialist.
And you'll be covered by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds, personal expenses, and coverage for lawyers and experts if needed.
With the $1 Million Protection Package, I know LifeLock has me covered.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity, but now it's easy to help protect yourself.
I realized identity theft can happen to anybody, so that's why I signed up for LifeLock.
Join the millions of people already protected by LifeLock, and for a limited time, save 25% with promo code 25TV. LifeLock. Identity theft protection starts here.
Call 1-800-951-7218
or go to lifelock.com/25TV and use promo code 25TV to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Welcome back, guys. It's the weekend. Remember how cold it was yesterday morning? We had temperatures around 18 below zero. Of course, I had to go out there, try this experiment out. Got some boiling hot water, tossed it up in the air, became ice crystals. And look at this beautiful view with the sun rays hitting the ice crystals. It was really, really cool. Today morning, different story. Temperatures were hovering at around 0 degrees. There were some pockets of below zero temperatures. Anago came in with around 1 below zero, so not quite as cold. This is more near average temperatures for the start of the day. As warmer air continues to make its way up, that cold air will continue to retreat into Canada. Bangor, Maine had temperatures around 20 below zero today morning. Now they are starting to warm up. So colder air is retreating. It's going up to Canada, and warmer air is making its way in the area. And we're actually going to be pretty mild the next week or so. Temperatures right now, we're hovering at around 20 here in town. Some pockets of colder air. Tomahawk coming in at 14, Merrill at 16 degrees. So it's not looking too bad for pretty much 10 p.m. on a Saturday. We should be a little bit colder for this time of year. And look how warm it's going to get, folks. Wednesday, 38 degrees. Can you believe how warm it's going to be? We're going to see some melting of the snow, especially Wednesday when we do have lots of sunshine in the area. But then by next weekend, colder air moves in, and once again, temperatures dip back into the 20s. Right now, though, we do have some mostly cloudy skies, a couple of flurries just north of Green Bay, so not much accumulation there. Maybe a dusting to half an inch closer by Lake Michigan. But here in town, though, we will have some flurries overnight, and then same story into tomorrow morning. A couple of flurries tomorrow morning. During the day, overall, though, mostly cloudy skies. Then Monday night, we do have another system moving in. We might get a quick 1 to 2 inches of snow snow here in town. And then moving out by the morning hours on Tuesday. Still some lingering flurries in the morning hours on Tuesday. And then another low pressure system will be moving in Thursday into the morning hours on Friday. So we're looking at around 1 to 2 inches of snow Monday night into the morning hours on Tuesday. So not a big snow event, but still something that you might want to shovel or dust off that. Tonight, though, temperatures will be mild once again. 15 degrees, so really warm temperatures are here, and they will continue to stick around with us for quite some time. Mostly cloudy skies. Flurries will be in the area once again. Tomorrow, same story, mostly cloudy, some peaks of sunshine, especially later in the day. In the morning, we will see some flurries. Temperatures will be hovering close to 27 degrees. Our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show snow moving in Monday night, moving out by Tuesday morning. We're looking at 1 to 2 inches. Then we're clear by Wednesday. More shots of snow arriving by Thursday. Kyle?
Well, thank you, Conrad. Now to a story out of here in Rhinelander, where the high school looked a little bit different today. The Northwoods School of Dance competition team performed their 3rd annual showcase in front of a large audience at RHS. The girls performed solo, duos, trios, and pretty much anything you could possibly think of. Jackie McLaughlin, president of the Dance Mom Committee, says the team of dancers practiced for weeks before stepping into the spotlight.
They get excited to show the people they love that what they're doing. So I think they're just really excited that they finally get to show their friends and family their competition pieces that they're so proud of and work so hard on.
The team included 21 dancers, including captain of the squad, Ellie Lurvey. She says being in front of an amazing crowd like Saturdays may be nerve-wracking, but nonetheless, she and the team managed to put on an amazing show.
It's a little nerve-wracking. Sometimes your mind can blank out for a second, but you've just gotta trust yourself. And like, we've been working so hard all season for it that as long as you go on the stage with confidence, it'll turn out good.
All the proceeds made from Saturday's performance will go towards the team's funds to help out in their upcoming season. Whatever the season, though, a cowboy hat is a staple on both the ranch and in the rodeo stands. It's an extension of the wearer through its design and how it's accessorized or not. From NBC affiliate station KNBN, Christina Holliday has this story on the cowboy hat culture.
It shows that they have character and they have strength to do anything.
I got to pick the rim and the ribbon and the color, and there's even a little, I have it covered up, but a little bow in the back, and so all those little details make it special to me.
At the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo, regardless of whether or not you work on a ranch, no two cowboy hats are alike, from the look to the smallest of details.
Every generation has their own style, their own look. Right now, this look is a little bit wider in front, a little bit laid down on the sides, a little bit taller crowns.
I think I've probably had my style since I was rodeoing back in the early 80s, and it's just stuck with me.
My Grandpa Josh shot turkey last
she can always
year.
find it.
I kept it in my hat since then.
You just like it just as it is?
I thought you liked
Of course, with a great hat comes great responsibility as you learn the customs and traditions that have been passed down over generations.
Leave another man's hat alone like you'd leave his belongings alone, his horses, his stock.
When you're at school, you cannot wear it. It's against the laws.
You never lay your cowboy hat on a bed. I don't know where that came from, but it's supposed to be bad luck.
Taking your hat off when you go out, like I said, in church or funerals, weddings, all that. I mean, that's always just been part of what you were taught growing up.
When you take it off, you make sure that you put it on crown side up.
And most importantly, your hat is an extension of who you are. So when you wear it with pride.
I ought to get me a cowboy hat soon. Well, coming up, Muhammad will be in for a look around the world, including President Biden's orders to shoot down a Chinese spy balloon earlier today. We'll have that story and more coming up after this break.
Cause all that I want is for you to be happy. Well, give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open your eyes and you'll see the way I see. Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like off-road tuned suspension, an enhanced all-wheel drive system, all-terrain tires, and Trail Watch. So you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever.
Whoa, that's a great deal.
A great deal isn't a great deal if almost no one can get it.
7 feet tall.
It's a fun ride, but lonesome. See ya.
At U.S. Cellular, there are no surprises about who's eligible for our best deals because we don't believe in hidden requirements. That's why right now you can choose from any unlimited Evolved plan and get $830 off any phone with no trade-in needed. Exclusively at U.S. Cellular.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Welcome back. In this look around the world, we start with President Joe Biden's remarks following commands to shoot down a Chinese surveillance balloon today. A U.S. military fighter aircraft shot down the suspected Chinese spy balloon as it floated off the coast of South Carolina. The Federal Aviation Administration paused departures and arrivals at 3 airports in the Carolinas. Those airports were Wilmington, Myrtle Beach International, and Charleston International. The balloon was spotted hovering over the U.S. for the past few days. But China said Friday that the balloon was a civilian airship used for weather research that had been blown off course. After 16 years on the run, one of Italy's most wanted mafiosos was captured hiding in France as a pizza maker. Authorities say Eduardo Greco was part of the Calabria mafia. Greco was sentenced in the Brescia for the murder of 2 brothers from a rival clan in the 1990s. While in France, Greco adopted the identity of Paolo Demetrio. He was even featured in a local paper as an authentic Italian pizza maker. Police caught Greco Thursday in Saint Etienne, France. He will likely be deported to Italy. The death toll for wildfires in Chile has raised to 22, with more than 550 injured, according to the Chilean Minister of Interior and Public Security, Carolina Toja. He said in the last week, the fire destroyed an area equivalent to what's usually burnt in 1 year. She also mentioned that the country is registering historical high temperatures. Portugal will send Leopard 2 battle tanks to Ukraine, according to Prime Minister Antonio Costa, while speaking to reporters today. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said earlier in the week that his country is expected to receive 120 to 140 modern Western fighting tanks in the first wave of deliveries from 12 countries. Portuguese Prime Minister Costa said his government is working to be able to dispense a small number of their tanks and how many would be sent to Ukraine. Costa chose not to reveal any details.
Obviously, we have obligations with NATO. We cannot fail to fulfill it, to make equipment available in case it's necessary. As it was announced, the movement that is underway in Europe is to make it available by the end of March.
Costa added that Portugal is in talks with Germany to obtain parts needed for the repair of the number of unusable Leopard tanks in Portugal's inventory of the weapon. Kyle?
Well, thanks, Mohammed. When we come back, the Great Northern and Wisconsin Valley Conferences held their wrestling conference tournaments today. Saul Meyer will be in on which teams won after the break.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So proud.
Right now, get a sausage McMuffin or sausage biscuit paired with hash browns for just $2.50.
As a nurse, your capacity to give is superhuman until it's not. These days, nearly every nurse is exhausted. You deserve an employer who shares your passion for keeping people healthy, including you.
Join Peter Christensen Health Center today. Work fewer hours, enjoy regular schedules, rebalance your life with your passion. Your loved ones will thank you. Your new healthcare team will appreciate you. And your new patients will be grateful for you. Quit the chaos. Be your best self. Join us today.
Bam! My accident? My accident happened in a second.
My settlement? That's taking a really long time.
If you've been injured in an accident and need money now while your case settles, call Oasis today.
Better days start today. Get the cash you need with Oasis.
There's no risk. If you lose your case, you don't have to pay Oasis back, ever. Applying for Oasis Express Cash is easy and takes 3 minutes. We'll work with your attorney, and if you're approved, get you $500 to $100,000 in as little as 24 hours. Use it for bills, rent, whatever you need help with. So call now or go online to apply. Remember, there's no risk to you.
Better days.
Better days.
Better days start today.
Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case.
Call now. Once approved, get your money in as little as 24 hours. 1-800-745-9991.
Attention Medicare customers with diabetes. Now you can stop the painful pricking of your fingers with a continuous glucose monitor, and they're covered by Medicare if you qualify. Call right now for free information.
It's Championship Saturday for high school boys wrestling, with multiple conferences all across Wisconsin competing for a title. In Tomahawk, the Great Northern Conference held their meet today with schools like Mosinee, Rhinelander, Medford, Tomahawk, Lakeland Union, and Anago all competing for a conference title. Medford jumped out to an early lead after 2 rounds, securing 249 points to start the tournament in first place. Lakeland Union was trailing close behind the whole way and had a lot of wrestlers make it deep into individuals. However, Medford was able to pull it out, winning the tournament with a total of 486 points to become the Great Northern Conference champions. That wasn't the only conference championship meet happening today. Merrill hosted the Wisconsin Valley Conference's championship tournament with Marshfield, Wausau West, Merrill, DC Everest, Wisconsin Rapids, Wausau East, and Spash all trying to win their conference. This meet was a close one the whole way, with Marshfield just above the other teams in points. The Tigers were able to use that quick lead to their advantage and came home with the Wisconsin Valley Conference Championship after securing 238.5 points. Regionals will be held next week, and the state tournament will be March 3rd and 4th in Madison. Let's move on from the mat to the rink. The Wausau Cyclones were in action tonight, hosting the Peoria Mustangs. Now, I know that Mustangs are usually good animals to watch race each other, but the Cyclones decided to think outside the box tonight. That's right, wiener dog races was the big attraction at Marathon County Park tonight. There were dogs from all over the country that came to compete in this event, and even though they didn't make this race official, everyone was a winner at this event. For the actual hockey game, the Cyclones lost 2-1, but we're all winners because of those wieners. Let's stay on the ice, but move down to the preps. Anago hosting West Salem in some high school boys hockey action. Here in the first period, West Salem is on the attack. Aiden Kuntz skating with the puck and fires a shot from way downtown. That's snagged by Nolan Boonell. Now it's Anago's turn. Eli Kassler finds Owen Dickman, who just misses the goal, and West Salem thought they cleared it out, but then Kassler comes up with it and fires a shot that gets deflected out of bounds by the goalie. Later that period, the Kassler to Dickman connection finally pays off, and Owen finds the back of the net for the first time this game. Anago's going to go on to win it 6-3. Rhinelander boys hockey team was back in action today, fresh off of a nice 4-game winning streak. They were able to take down Ashland 4-1 in Ashland to improve that winning streak to 5 games. The Hodags got some much-needed momentum before their Great Northern Conference semifinals matchup on Tuesday at Mosinee. Let's stay on the ice, but move it over to the girls' side. Northern Edge had a game today against a tough Hayward co-op team. Hayward's currently the number 4 ranked team in the state, and they showed it today, taking down Northern Edge 8-0. Northern Edge will be back on the ice Monday in Eagle River, taking on Northland Pines. With National Signing Day being last week, a ton of football players from our area have signed or committed to play ball at the next level. Here are a few that made some big moves this past week. First, Lakeland Union's Rocky Wagner committed to play for UW Stevens Point. Wagner was first-team all-conference running back and second-team all-conference linebacker for the T-Birds, but tells me that he will be playing running back for UWSP. Next, Rhinelander's Connor Jensen committed to UW Oshkosh. Jensen was an honorable mention all-conference O-lineman for the Hodags this past year, where the Hodags controlled the Hodags O-line in the trenches. I'm excited to see these local boys play at the next level. What about you, Kyle?
I think they have a lot of potential, don't they?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So when we come back, Connor will have one more final look at the forecast. Stick with us. You're watching Newswatch 12, proud to serve Tomahawk and communities all across the Northwoods.
One thing that surprised me about the RVA is they want to do school, whereas it was kind of a struggle before.
All of the educators, the staff, the therapists, the specialists, everybody is so knowledgeable. And my favorite thing is that we all work together as a team for the kids. I really feel like we're partners with the RVA. I just love it so much. I know I've said that before, but like I love the RVA.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Super Cash 5 will get you 6. During February, when players buy a $5 or greater Super Cash ticket, they'll get a bonus ticket with 2 additional plays for the next drawing. Only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
As a combat wounded veteran, I know how hard it is to come home and build a meaningful life. When I was in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. A rocket-propelled grenade exploded right under my seat. Traumatic brain injury, a fractured pelvis, severe burns. They didn't think I was going to make it. I had to learn to walk again and live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
DAV helps veterans like LaToya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
With DAV on my side, I was able to pursue my dreams. If my story can touch a heart, it can change a life. My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
LaToya Lucas, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Colder temperatures are finally making its way back into Canada. Now warmer air is moving in. We're actually going to see well above average temperatures the rest of the week. And then by next weekend, finally more colder air returns. Not much going on, though. We do have some clouds out there right now. A couple of flurries will be in the area tonight, especially into those morning hours tomorrow. But no accumulations will be in the area, maybe a trace at max. But our next system does move in Monday night into the morning hours on Tuesday. Look at those temperatures on Wednesday, 38 degrees. It's gonna feel nice and balmy by then with lots of sunshine.
Well, thank you, Connor. Thank you all for watching. Saturday Night Live with Pedro Pascal and Coldplay is up next. Thank you for watching.